Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video, I will deal with the US domestic issues with Donald Trump, policies or executive orders, interesting, brings country to sanity, and the other one with Robert F. Kennedy's sex life. But no, that's not the reason why. It is who is able to bring back secret conversations, recorded conversations between Robert F. Kennedy and his second wife regarding his affairs. My point is not that he around. That's between he and his wife or whomever he's got. The problem is who retrieves this kind of secret conversations years back. Who do you think can do this? All right, we're going to discuss this issue. So let's go to Trump. Here is an article from Associated Press. Trump signs order to plan a nation's 250th anniversary celebration. Fantastic, extraordinary. Should be a fantastic party. And then the main reason why I picked this article is the second part of the title, which is punish those who vandalize statues. He needs to write an executive order or something for that? I would make it in such a way that the first person who will do it is going to happen only one incident. Under my rule, this kind of vandalizing a statue would happen only one time. You know why? Because the punishment will be so severe. I know. The Constitution says, it should, the offense should match the punishment. Yeah, it's very offensive. It's like almost treason to vandalize a statue. That's how I will make it. Offensive, man. My heart cries, weeps, just like that. All right, so I would make it. So the first person who does it, we're going to make a public display of the situation, and the next one will never occur unless that person has some really problems and never heard of what happened with the first one. But I will make sure that the free media will tell everybody what happened with the first guy. That's how you make laws. By enforcing them. What do you mean you need to punish those who vandalize statues? Of course. Why do you need to focus on that now? Anyway, that tells you the idiocracy that these guys brought us to in 4 years. Next one. Trump to send deported migrants to Guantanamo. Cuba, mind you. The notorious U.S. military detention camp, that's how the Russians are calling it, in Cuba will house up to 30,000 people, according to the president. Finally, they put it to work. I think it's a military detention camp or center, because remember what they did with those bad people from Al-Qaeda and all those guys. They put them over there and they kept them over there in solitary confinement and everything that we don't do to us. Anyway, do I agree with that? I mean, are we just or we are, situational just based on whatever we do? So first, do we have over there the United States of America does a military, facility in Cuba, in another country? It does. Should it stay over there? I personally don't care. For the interest of the United States of America, if the United States of America would be as it claims it is, a special country, should not. But for the way the world is ran, yeah, we should have bases everywhere and make sure we make everybody fucking do what we tell them to do. Because that's the way world is. It's based on power. So there you have it. Donald Trump makes use of that detention camp. Probably was going bankrupt or something. That's the detention center, and then he's gonna ship them out. So first you fill it out, the hotel, and then you send them and you bring it more and more and more. If you committed a crime, you should be punished. Correct? Correct. Is illegal trespassing on someone else's private property considered a crime? Yeah, I think it's a federal offense if I remember correctly. Because I heard a conversation. It's not a felony. No, it's a federal offense. Out. Next. Why did we have to wait for a president to enforce the law of the land? What Trump is doing with this, rounding up these guys, is not something that he's like a tyrant or he just imagined. This is his authority. It's his legal authority. Remember, I'm here to protect the Constitution, blah, blah, blah. He has the authority. That's in his job description. Next one. Independent. White House refuses to confirm whether or not it will continue to celebrate Black History Month. All right, let's see what this 27-year-old woman says. White House refused to confirm whether or not it will continue to celebrate Black History Month. Okay. Personal note. Okay, how many months in the year we have? 12. All right. How many groups in the United States of America we have? Hundreds? It depends how we divide them. We can divide them by height, by skin color, by eye color, by hair color, by intelligence, by year, by fatness. We can divide them in many groups, by ethnicity, many, by mixture. So we can have thousands of groups. All right, we celebrate Black History Month. Okay. What about, I don't know, the Chinese History Month? I mean, after all, the Chinese were fucked up by the Europeans, we're told, right? In the 19th century and early 20th century. And, right? Why not, let's say, the Japanese? The Japanese were in concentration camps, right? Why not the German month? Because the Germans were rounded up, if you remember, in Michigan, in Frankenmuth area, for the same reason, the Second World War. Why not about, I know, the Jewish month? Why not the fat people month? Because they are fat-shamed. Or ageism month for people who are older. Or for stupid people's month. Oh man, that would be all of us. So that's a good one. Because we all included in that. Because stupidity is omnipresent. We all have it, more or less. So that will be a unifying month, don't you think? Now this month that these guys are celebrating and name them from this Pride Month and blah, blah, these are not unifying because you're supposed to celebrate one group out of the rest that are ignored. So that's not unifying. I can put, for instance, Love Month. Love is a beautiful thing. Do we all love? Well, it's a beautiful thing, so I think could be. Or let's say Countries Month. Or let's say, I don't want to say Marriage Month, but I don't know, Children's Month. We're all supposed to love children, protect children. I mean, I can find many Intelligence Month. Virtuosity Month, with virtues. Virtue Month. Things that would make us strive for being better, to unify us. All right? But no, they pick things and ignore others. I am very insulted because there's no White Month, for instance. Why not? I've been told by someone, you have the rest of the year. Okay, then you get the fuck out. Okay, your month is out. How about that one? You have a privilege. If I have the privilege, I would like to apply to my privilege and cancel your month. I don't have any fucking privilege. Anyway, so let's move on. I think this is not a unifying if you celebrate one particular group for what reasons. I'm not going to go deeper into that, how I was indoctrinated by Department of Health and Human Services with this month when I've been an employee. All right? It was garbage. It was blaming and hating month every day. Every day. I have emails. Anyway, so that's with it. I think it shouldn't be any month like that. It should be something that unites us instead of dividing us by celebrating one. And I'm okay with celebration. The problem is when the celebration is made in a way to make another group feel guilty of something. No, that's not a celebration. But supposedly the other group is in charge. Baboonish. All right, let's go to Trump's another executive order. Trump signs executive orders, plural, on school choice and school funding. And they worm themselves in with this and combating anti-Semitism. Now, this is horrible. This is horrible right there. I agree with every anti-anything, right? Should it be illegal? No. You should hate whomever you want, as long as you don't act upon it. That is under the Constitution. Gives you the right, and I'm fighting for that. As I said many times, I feel insulted for many things. You should not be discriminated because you're part of a certain group, but then if you're a part of a group that's called dumb people, you should be discriminated when you try to get a job. And you are discriminated because when you apply for a job, the employer, the possible prospect employer will look at you and say, this guy is dumb as fuck. We're going to discriminate against him by not hiring him. We're going to hire the smart lady right here. And probably she's going to provide some other services besides her intelligence. No? So you discriminate all the time. You all the time discriminate. If you go to a store and the owner of the store or whomever is over there is rude to you, or you don't like his face, what are you going to do? Stupid as it is, you get out. Or the treatment, you get out. You discriminate among, how should I put it, products that you buy all the time. But it's a different story, right? Right. So combating that. So should be an executive order for that. How about combating people that are, making fun of fat people? Or people like me? Or people like you? Where are we going with this? We're going to become mutes. Nothing. Remember, criticizing someone is not being anti-something. All right? So if I criticize the color black for whatever reason, I find it criticizing, or the color, green, it doesn't mean that I hate everybody or I hate that thing. I'm criticizing it. And when you criticize something, you criticize it in order, there's positive criticism and negative criticism. Negative criticism is just to hurt, and that's the whole goal. Positive is to make it better. Whatever better it is. All right. So the problem is that Trump gets focused on that. No surprising here whatsoever with this. And we find out the bombshell secret conversation that we need to know. Bombshell secret Robert F. Kennedy Jr. audio recordings, plural, unearthed. We are in 2025. How long ago were these audio recordings made? This is the second wife. How many he had? 3, 4, 5? So it's been years back. Why only now they are unearthed? Who gave the order? Who kept them over there? This is my stupid belief. It's just a stupid belief. It's just my, not an assessment, it's just an opinion of a baboon like me. I think that the politicians are allowed to get certain positions or appointed if they can be blackmailed. Then they give you this position because you're going to certainly follow orders. Otherwise, we can blackmail you by unearthing certain things about you from the past. But how can you unearth things about you from the past? You have to have access to these recordings. Who do you think has those recordings? His former wife or the FBI? Who do you think? Not NSA, because NSA was formed, some 20 years ago or something? Or not even, I think. Who has them? Are those servers from Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas? Are those ones that record certain things? Was it over the phone? Was it personal? Someone held them somewhere and now decided, here, mass media, the secret recordings. So let's see what the recordings are supposed to hurt Robert F. Kennedy. Remember, this is a conversation between a husband and a wife, not between you and I and a husband and a wife. That's their business. That is their business, what they do over there. As it's your business with your partner, what the you do over there. It's between you guys. Is it illegal or illegal? If it's domestic violence, obviously things intervene. But if I tell you, see you next Tuesday, and she says you're a Dick Cheney, that's between us. It's between us. But anyway, that tells character, really. All right, let's see what the issue is. This is from January 29th. All right. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. told his second wife, Mary Richardson Kennedy, it was her own fault he'd cheated on her with dozens of women, according to secret recordings he made of their conversations during their bitter divorce. So obviously he's the bad guy, blaming the woman for him fucking around. That's the whole point. So he's a bad guy right there. So he should not be appointed into this department of whatever Trump's. He should not be, how do you call that, confirmed as the head of the department wherever he's going right now. Health and blah, 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 health and human services, All right, and I'm quoting this thing. I want to be in a monogamous relationship. I don't want to be in a polygamous relationship. I think that's wrong. He told her in June 2011. 2011, my friends, that's what, 13 years ago, 14 years ago? Recording obtained by Mother Jones magazine. How did they obtain it? Was it dropped anonymously by FBI? Or not? He told her in that 2011. And I'm quoting, but then why have you done it for 10 years? Question mark. Asked Richardson, the wife, who had found a diary, stupid, listing 37 of his husband's infidelities. So you're not very smart, Mr. Robert F. Kennedy, if you have a diary saying, and I took Michelle, and and then I took, Jamie, and I, come away. How smart can you be? I'm not talking about in a relationship. In general, you write about these things? You're going to write a book about this? What was the purpose of writing that diary? Are you so dumb? I mean, this is dumbness. This is stupidity. But nevertheless, maybe he's so honest that it crossed into the dumbness realm. And I'm quoting Mr. Kennedy. I did it because I was being abused at home. Kennedy replied. All right, it was just one of more than 60 conversations of Donald Trump's nominee for Secretary of Health and Human Services secretly recorded, according to Mueller. Who recorded it? He did? It says that the nominee, recorded it. All right, my friends. So, my point here is not with their domestic situation. That's between the two adults, consensual adults. My point is, this thing got leaked to the Mother Jones, Tom Jones, and all that. And he said, because I get abused at home. Well, I'm not a marriage counselor here, but I'm not an ignorant. And I'm not trying to blame left or right, but I'm just going to raise a ball to the fillet, to the net. Is it possible for this bad man, for instance, Kennedy, to go and fuck around because he doesn't get at home what he's supposed to? Now, I know that's not moral. It's not moral. If you feel that way, you should just divorce first and go and do whatever you want. But maybe that's just part of the whole relationship. Maybe his relationship with her was not only about sex. It was the rest. So he didn't want to maybe lose the rest and have that taken somewhere else. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just saying. My point is, this was retrieved. Someone brought it in the daylight right now when he has the confirmation hearings. Do you think this is coincidental? Just happened to be? I don't believe that. As many others. Remember that Tucker Carlson used to call her the race lady? Joyce Reid from MSNBC, I think. Oh my God. Okay, if you don't... Anyway, if you want to lose weight, watch her speak. Your appetite will be destroyed forever. So when you feel like eating, watch Joy Reid on the Joyce, whatever it is, Reid, whatever it is. The black woman, not the one from the baboon, The View. All right. So watch her, and she was accused that she said certain things about the LGBTQ community, I don't know, like 15 years, and she said, no, someone hacked my ex account or whatever was her account, and someone posted, oh no, I want an FBI investigator, and she lied in front of an investigator, and that is a felony. Remember Trump's general in the first administration who was caught lying to the FBI investigators? I can't remember his name. He got indicted and he got bankrupt and all that. So nothing happened to Miss Reid when they found out, no, you lied to us. In the investigation, you lied in interviews. It's not true that your thing was hacked. We found out you wrote that. But who remembered after, 12, 15 years, she typed those opinions on, let's say, whatever media she did? Who did that? Do you think someone took a picture of that and got that in the memory, in the server somewhere? None at that time. Miss Reid was a nobody. She still is, but I'm in a different way. Nobody knew about. Who knew? Oh, I'm gonna take a picture of this and I'm gonna use it against this great woman that one day will infect our society with her baboonish speeches on MSNBC. Who thought that way? And many other examples. Many I keep you here hours. I have examples. So nevertheless, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.